is what me and Kwabna is going to talk about today. So please, if you're listening, you can share. You can share so somebody else can also get to listen. Inti Kwabna, you the tree name before you never frame because yes, I answered it.
Okay.
You do baby ana before what you call name, Kwabna. Na bako there.
Nyamiado, me brother. Nyamiado Boko. Yabo.
The Yamiase. The Yamiase. Me who say I know many anjay say sometimes Anna very difficult to be able to talk to somebody somebody who has a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom like you about Africa. Even though say we are all Africans, no, it looks like some of us are awake up to a certain kind of level, and some of us are still sleeping. But it looks like the majority of the people are sleeping, still sleeping, and it makes it very difficult for the few that are awake to be able to push through. You see the thing? It makes it very difficult. But we know that it's like a tax that's on us. It's like a burden that is on us. It's like a job that is on us for us to push. So this is all part of it to be able to push the African agenda, to be able to talk about what is fair and what is not fair. So today, Kwame, on a general sense, what do you have to say about the people that are sleeping, and of course the people that are awake, and if you can tell me the difference between when you were, because we at one point all of us were sleeping. Think about it. At one point, for example, we see when you were born in Africa, when you're growing up in Africa, your idea of abrofo and as a abrochile is actually quite different than when you actually live with these people, when you live with them. So, can you tell me a bit about what you knew before and what you know now? Maybe we can start off from this foot.
Thank you very, very much, my brother. Greetings to everybody that is listening this morning, this afternoon. Um, we are here to talk about Africa in general. As a black people, we have to awake our people, and we have to educate our people to in order for us to change our situation that we are in. I remember when we I was in Africa. uh, we see Western Europeans and then the Americans. We see Western as they are our gods. We see them as people that they are more advanced in everything, and they are good people. They are close to God. That's what we used to believe. But since we came to live with them, and now we have living with them for a long time, now we know who these people are. Okay, their agenda of this world is to control the world, to use the vulnerable to keep their country running all the time. So when we look at we as Africans and the Europeans, their motive and their agenda is to use us Africans as guinea pigs, to use our land, to use our labor, to use our natural resources to develop their country, to live on. So they are using us as slaves, and they've been doing that as in from generation up to now. So it's about time since we are living with them now. I have seen that these people are not people that we can trust. You cannot trust them. They have done so much atrocities to our people. They have done so much negativity, things that have made us to be where we are right now at the moment. We are in a deep predicament. Look at our race in the world. When you look at black race in the entire world, our race is the only race that have been disrespected by all the other race. Right now, black race is under attack. Our race is under threat. That if me and you, the ones that have seen the light, the one that are really understand how the world works, if we don't realize that we have knowledge and we have seen so much that we need to educate our people back home to let them know that the people that you see them as angels, they are not angels. These people, they are not our friends. But I will say these people, they are our enemies, means that I'm not saying we need to attack them or we need to do something bad to them. But we need to realize that when we are dealing with them, we have to think smart. We have to be strategize how to deal with them. Because when they come to our continent, their motive, their agenda is to take advantage of us. They are not there to help us, but most times we see them as they are coming there to help us. But it's in the other way around. So what me and you have seen from these people is these people they have this agenda to put us down, to step on our necks. So the only way as Africans we can do something about our situation is to educate ourselves, to know more about these people, because it looks to me that we don't know much about these people. The ones, especially our brothers, our sisters and brothers back home in Africa.
Yeah.
They trust these people so much to a point that they don't know how they think about us as a people, how they see the world. So since we are living with them here, I've learned from them how they see the world is they see the world as we are the low IQ people, we are the low class people that they're supposed to put their foot on our necks in order for them to survive.
It's a shame, Kwabna. It's a shame that we're seeing this. We're seeing this, and somehow hold the line a minute. Hold the line.
Okay.
Jeez. Kwabna, just 1 second, okay? This person is not gonna stop. I'm so sorry because this person wasn't gonna.
No problem.
This person was not going to stop, so I had to really go there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Kwabna, everything that you're saying, is actually true because, of course, I mean, growing up in Ghana, me personally, I looked at these people as if I've actually, it's like as if God, because remember, when we were growing up, the sort of images that they showed us, see, I mean, they use the media very, very well. They use the media very, very well to portray themselves as so-called angels. And as a child growing up, I always looked at them. I always look at them as if they are actually quite good. Because remember, when they come to Ghana, and we'll be running after them because we like them. You see the thing at that particular time because we didn't know better. But now, of course, living with them, and of course, I mean, experiencing what is actually really going on in the world, you realize that there is like somebody that's supposed to be your friend is now the enemy. Instead of them helping you, now they're actually trying to step on your head in a sense. So that is what I experienced. That is what I'm even still experiencing now, especially I think if we have to put a certain things. Because if you're saying that they're not good, what are some of the things that you think that they've done to Africa, for example, that I'm not thinking that it's not good? Maybe one or two things that you think, because of course you can't say somebody's not good without justification. We have to justify why we're saying what we're saying.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you, brother. These Europeans, since they came to our land, remember before we used to do. They came to our land to exploit us, and they came before they came to buy the slaves from they came and conquer us and brought us here in America and Europe. Before we used to trade salt. We give them salt. They give us salt. they give us even cigarettes, and then we give them gold. That's what we used to do. But they realize that they have so much. We have so much resources that they want to take over everything. They want to take even the land. If we did give them opportunity, they would have even taken the land. So they took the gold, all the natural resources that we supposed to buy. They're supposed to buy from us. They took it for free. Okay, so number one, they stole our people from the continent of Africa.
That is one. They took our own
That's
people.
one.
Yes.
Number two, they took over our natural resources that belong to us to use to develop ourselves and develop our country.
That's number two.
That's number two. Number three, they took over our identity as a people. They use religion.
I want us to focus on this bit here now. I want us to. I know you've highlighted three things, but I want us to focus on when you say that they've taken our identity. I'm very interested. Why do you say that they've taken our identity?
Because the reason why they took our identity is because now we see them as demigods. We see them as God when we were the first people that they came to learn things from us. According to the ancient Kemet, we were the people that these Europeans, we showed them how to build. They used to live in a cage. In a cage. We are the one that taught them as how to live as human beings. But these people had managed to brainwash us to believe that the only person that can save us from our misery is to white Jesus.
So
they have done well to portray the way, a form of way that we worship God, the connection and the platform that we used to use to have communication with God. They picture that way as evil, as evil, dark, to a point that if you do that, if you go through that route, then straight you are evil. So they portrayed our way of living as evil, that they made a good job by brainwash us to a point that now they have control. They are controlling our mind. They have taken over our way of thinking.
Let me play devil's advocate here a bit. Okay, somebody is also gonna say, I'm with you 100%. But then again, of course, for the listener who is also listening, to get more clarity on this one, let's say they didn't force us. Let me put it like that. They didn't force us for us to be brainwashed. Okay.
Yes.
So it looks like because see, I mean, look, we have the Indians, we have the Chinese, we have every single body, and these people went everywhere, didn't they? They went everywhere. They went to China. They went everywhere because that was their quest to colonize the whole world. So how is it that only Africans somehow got trapped into the deeper web? Let me put it like that, into the deeper web, where we don't seem to find our way back out from that web. Why is it? Because it wasn't like a force. Well, I mean, look, it was like a force initially when they came, I'm sure, but we as a people, we have our own mind. We have our own mind. How do you explain that?
All right. This is one thing that people need to understand, and this is one thing that people need to realize, that we have done what we could. We have leaders that have stood against them, and they were put down. We have Patrick Lumumba. We have Thomas Sankara. Not just them. Even when you look at Marcus Garvey, all the elites, all the intellectuals, black leaders that stood against the white They put us down. But when you look at the other race, it's different because all the people that used to add influence in our society that are against the white majority, the white manipulation, the white dominance in our continent, the white have managed to use our own people to put down our people, to kill them. So these people have so much power that they are sitting in Europe, in America, and they are still controlling us because they are so mentally strong that they have used money and their resources to influence our people, to fight among ourselves, to not to trust each other, to make sure that mentally they are putting bugs in our head to make sure we put each other down instead of building each other up. We always put each other down, tearing each other apart, and that's what is happening right now at the moment that we are speaking. You can even see it across Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Across Africa, even here in America, the leaders that are in our communities that are helping to build the communities, the whites are so smart, are so strong, are so influenced in our society that they have managed to divide us and conquer us. They have managed to use our own people to divide us and conquer us.
Well,
So we have so much work to do.
yeah. Well, yeah. Of course. We do have a lot of work to do. They have done all of that to us. I think from what you're saying, it's been going on for about 500 over 500 years. That we've sort of depending on them because they've made us dependent in a way. So now, how do we get ourselves off from the web? How do we get ourselves off? Because we know that we are under. Because look, you can go to Africans as a whole. We know that we have a problem. We know that something must have happened in the past, and we also know we are aware that still something is still going on in terms of our leadership, in terms of what is really going on. As we said, that we are not even though even though we have Africa or we live in Africa, but we are not in control of Africa. We are not in control of Africa. So now that we know the truth, now that we know that this is what they've done, all right. So what is the next step to take? What do we need to do in order to wake our people up, in order to sort of to do things right, in order for us to sort of move away from their let me use from their doctrines or their lies. How do we do that?
Yes, that's why I'm going to urge everybody who is listening to me this afternoon, this morning, that as a diaspora, as African descent, if you are African descent that can hear my voice this afternoon, this morning, that we have to unite than ever before. What we are doing right now, we need more people that's supposed to be doing what we are doing. We need self-education. We need civic education. A lot of us need to come on social media, and we need to address that we have a problem. As a community, we need to make sure that we address our problems. We cannot live normal as we are living. We have a problem as a people. So what we are doing, we need more people to be doing that, what we are doing, to talk about our issues. So as African American, if you can hear my voice, the continent of Africa belongs to me and you. It belongs to us. So you have a stake in rebuilding Africa. That is the only continent that is underdeveloped. So as African America, the continent of Africa belongs to you. That is the only land, when you walk on there, you feel free. There's no racism. There's no discrimination. That's the only place that when you are living there as African or as African American, nobody will come to you and try to say something that is racist towards you, or there's no prejudice over there. You live there as a free man, as a black person. The land belongs to all Africans, all black people. So I'm urging everybody that can hear my voice as a black person that please let's remember that land belongs to us. We cannot allow foreigners to loot that land, to buy that land and live there. We cannot allow them. Even South Africa, the majority of the people are black, but the minority that are controlling the land. But as African American, as African descent, whether you live on the Caribbean island, whether you live in Brazil, anywhere in the world as a black person, female or male, you have a stake in rebuilding that land. That is your land. Go over there, buy a land in Africa. It doesn't matter what part of Africa you feel like you want to live in. Go in there and buy land and invest in that place by buying a land. Build a property on the land where you can make wealth for yourself within a short time. You can become a millionaire within a shortest time as a black person in the world, in Africa. So when we realize that we have a land, we have a gold in our hands, but we are not making good use of it. The gold we have in our hands is the continent of Africa. So, brothers and sisters, let's all mobilize together and go build Africa. As African American, this land is the only land, when you go there won't be a police harassing you, killing you, taking advantage of you. It's not going to happen. So, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no. I agree with what you're saying 100%. Let me now say this. If anybody is listening to us on Facebook right now, please kindly share the link so somebody else can also listen, especially if you are an African. Make sure you share this thing. Make sure you comment on what we're discussing, because we're talking for you. We're talking. See, it's about time. It's about time, as Kwabena just said. It's about time that we as a people, we need to start making noise. All right, because we are far behind in terms of productivity, in terms of let me say development. Okay. We are far behind, and the reason why we are far behind is we have been robbed. Okay, we have been lied to by so many things. We have been lied to by our way of life, our educational system. So we can't blame ourselves because of something that we didn't know, but we can blame ourselves now that we know the truth. And if we're not working towards the truth, then we have ourselves to blame. Now we know that we've been lied to when they came. And they gave us the Bible, okay, and they changed the Bible, all the images in the Bible, and they made everything look white, all right, and then for us, we began to look at them as God in a sense, all right. That is part of the thing that they did to us. So we didn't know better, but now we know what is happening. We know that they've taken our lands. We know that they've taken our gold. We know that they've taken all those so many things. We're not here to preach hate, but we're only trying to bring awareness to ourselves as a people. As a people, we must somehow find our way back to who we are. And finding our way back to who we are, somehow it's like our history is intertwined with a white man's something, because he has always been there. He has always been there. So for us to talk even about our history right now, he's still there. You see that thing? So we're not talking for people to sort of backlash and then trying to look at the white man as because it's not all white people that are bad. Let me put this out there. But of course, there are bad ones out there. We've seen that everywhere. We've seen the shooting in America. We've seen black people suffering so many places. All right, we are the only people that we are not liked, but we are also the same people that love everybody else. It speaks of us. It speaks that we are the mother, we are the father who cares for every single body, but they don't care for us. But at one point in life, if you realize that this person don't care for you, and they're trying to do this to you, and they're trying to do that to you, the only thing you need to do is you need to sit back and say, you know what, we've given you a chance to prove yourself. You didn't prove yourself. We've given you a chance to be nice. You still chose to be ugly. Okay, if that's the case, stay where you are, but we want to build ourselves.
See, why is it that every time as a people, when we're trying to talk about building ourselves, somebody from outside will trying to come in, trying to distract us? You see that thing? As if somebody doesn't want us to wake up. As if somebody don't want us to sort of to come out from our own shell. Why is that? Because they know who you are. They know that once you wake up, the whole world shuts down. That's what it is. So they will spend millions of money, millions of dollars, millions of things to make sure they keep us under. All right. Now we know that they're trying to keep us under. All right. So what strategy are we meant to be using? I think that the biggest weapon for us is to begin to work together as a people, as Kamna is saying, mobilize ourselves, speak a lot, speak a lot, speak a lot. And also Kamna is also trying to advise the brothers and sisters from America, from everywhere, also to look back into Africa. I think that's where we're all supposed to be looking. Back to Africa to make sure that, of course, our motherland is fed, is good, and prosperous. See, you know they have a saying in Ghana, in our culture, that it doesn't really matter whatever you dig a ground and you hide something like a word, you hide it there, at one point it will come up. So whatever they've done to us in so many years, it has actually really revealed. So you can see that awakening is actually going all over the place, and people are so passionate about this awakening. And I think it's the best time to live on this planet. It's the best time to experience this, to see how our brothers and sisters are coming together. All right, and we must continue. We must continue to do that. So Kwabena, I know your zeal. I see your passion. I see your passion. Your passion about Africans. How bad you want Africa to do well. I see those passions. But would you be able to tell me the kind of challenges you get along the line? Let's say you're trying to speak to your own people. What are some of the challenges you get within that time? Let's say you meet another person, you're trying to advise the person to do this, to do this. What are some of the challenges that we go through sometimes?
Yeah, brother. The challenges are so many, because when you look at how we brought up as a people, we strongly believe that everything that is white is perfect. Everything that is black is not good. So when you talk to your people, that guys, it's our time to arise, to go to Ghana and fix our country and make sure that the Chinese are not taking over our land. Most of our diaspora brothers and sisters back here in America, across the world, when you talk to them, they strongly believe that Ghana can never change. Ghana will be the same until the kingdom comes. So they are felt comfortable living where they are, because white man is making all the rules. White man is making sure that they don't go, they do everything right according to the law. When they go outside the box, they will whip them in line, and then they want that. So most of our brothers and sisters, when you talk to them about let's go back to Ghana and let's mobilize and let's go fix our problems and live as a people, they refuse to listen. But this COVID-19 have made it to have taught us a lot of lessons, that no matter what we do here in America, in Europe, Ghana is our land. We need to go back home, because look, this COVID-19 proved to all of us that you cannot work as a human being. You live in a building that you have to pay. You live in a house that you have to pay. If you live in an apartment, you have to pay the rent. You have to pay the mortgage. But you have no work, you have no job. How are you going to do that? And then if you don't pay, most of our brothers and sisters during this COVID-19 are homeless, have nowhere to stay, because the system demands you to pay the rent when you have no job. So as Africans, if you live in Africa, if you live in Ghana, this COVID-19, even if you have to pay a rent to a Ghanaian, that Ghanaian understand that we are in a situation where we are not in normal days, and they should be able to work with you. But here in Europe, here in America, the homeowner association or the bank that owe the mortgage will not not listen to you because there's a COVID-19 or there's an outbreak in the world. They will not listen to you. So this is the reason why all of us are saying that as a people, as a race, as a community, we have a land that we need to go back there and build. You can build real estate over there and rent to people and make yourself rich in a short-term period. Now the Chinese are moving to our continent, are willing to take over our continent. And the way we see the trend, it looks like somebody is behind them, pushing them what to do, telling them what to do. I don't have a proof that the government, the Chinese government, is behind it, but there's a trend that is showing across the continent that there's an agenda that these people are pushing.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you know, we just need to, you know, we need to see, I in particular, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired to see the Oyibo people has actually come Africa and just raid and rape Africa. And now we also sitting there looking at the Chinese also to come and do the same thing. I don't think it's wise, because, you know, they have a saying that first fool is a fool, but first fool is not a fool. That's what they say. But second fool is a real fool. We cannot sit down and fold our arms for the Chinese also to be doing it the same thing. Okay. So measures has to be in place. I mean, at the end of the day, it's very difficult, especially when you have a certain particular leaders that is leading us that don't see the bigger picture. That as if, you know, the leaders as if they're actually afraid, or as if they're actually chicken, don't make a rule. Because if a Chinese man will come to Africa and start doing something in Africa, you know, the leaders must have allowed them. So what do we do? What do we have to do as an individual? Because it's not fair. I mean, look at this. Going to China, for example, all right? For example, you can't even purchase a land in China unless you're actually Chinese. But of course, we see the Chinese people buying lands and every single thing. Our leaders are aware of all those things, and our leaders are not doing anything. So what do you think, as individual people with no sort of power, what can we do? Because something must be done. Something must be done in order for us to seize certain things. Because if not, we're digging another massive hole for our great grandchildren also to fall into the same trap. So what else? What do you think we can actually do? You know, because the leaders are already sold out. We know that our leaders are being bought, being bought by whether it's Chinese or whatever. Let me give a typical example about how some of the Chinese people operate. Okay, typical example. I work here as an estate agent. I rent out properties to people. Chinese man will come, because Chinese man don't want to go through the basic system of working and getting paid one by one. All right, they don't want to go through that basic system. They just want to make sure they come there, they either open the shop and then of course, you know, move up from there. There's nothing wrong with them having that kind of vision to do that. But on the other hand, they also do go through these dubious ways in order to make money. So as an estate agent, I have been approached before by a Chinese man saying to me, Kwame, look, give me this house, because I do manage quite a few properties. Give me this house. Once you give me this house, you'll begin to grow entampe inside the house. Okay, they'll grow entampe inside the house, and then they'll give you bribe on the side, so you can actually keep quiet. So I've been offered something, yeah, to give them a property, which I've never done, because in my mind, somebody has actually managed to buy their own house, mortgage or whatever. The person is hustling. Why would I want to just give the house to the Chinese man? And even when they want to plant this thing inside, you know, they have to be digging certain things. They have to be digging holes in the house, and they also have to generate some kind of power in order for this to go. This thing, it's like plants. They need the sun. All right. So they'll destroy the house. So my point is, these people are fond of giving bribes. Okay. They like that. They like giving the bribes. So that is exactly what is actually happening in our country. I believe that is because they are giving bribes. Our leaders are selling us out. Not only the leaders, maybe the chiefs in the villages. We just recently also heard about one Chinese man who has actually been made some kind of dukro. I think it's almost
this Chinese man has actually been given like a chieftaincy in Nigeria also. All right. And it's just so sad to see that this kind of people, how they don't like us and how we actually embrace them. Don't they even feel ashamed of themselves? They should feel ashamed of themselves because they come and we want to offer everything on the plate for them. But look at what they do to us. So right now, as an individual people who don't hold any power in a political aspect, for that, what can we do to make a difference? Because see, as an African, we can talk about our problems all day long. We can talk about how bad our system is, how bad this is, how bad this is. Now, I've actually come to the point where I just want the solutions. Okay, what advise me, or advise our listeners about a simple solution that can actually help us take us off from the hand of the Chinese. That's number one, and also take us off from the hands of our oppressors. Simple solution, a few solutions that can actually help us out.
All right, thank you, brother. Right now, as you said, we have so much issues that we need to confront. This is the reason why I've been supportive of Oman Ghana Bako, and I'm a part of Oman Ghana Bako. All right, Oman Ghana Bako is like one Ghana. We have this organization in Europe, across the world. The founder is Ejapia and Papa Sam. Ejapia, their dream about Africa is all Africa to unite and to develop ourselves, because you see, we are here in Europe, in America, not just because we want to live in the cold weather, not just because we feel like
it's very cold right now. The weather is cold.
Right, we are here because we want greener pastures. Our country, there's a poverty everywhere. So we came from Ghana to Europe to America to live in a life where we can help people back home.
Yep.
So something drove us from our country to Europe.
Yep.
Something drove us from our country to America, to everywhere you find yourself. So that made Ejapia and Papa Sam to realize that we as a diaspora have a stake. We can do something, because when they look at China, China did the same thing and they changed their country. So this is what they are saying. Oman Ghana Bako is saying that the diaspora, the people that are from Ghana, that are live outside the country, we need to unite. It doesn't matter whether you from North, whether you speak Ghana, whether you speak Ewe, any language that you speak, as long as you are Ghanaian, you are part of it. Even if you are not a Ghanaian, if you are African descent, you are part of it. What we are saying is we are mobilizing ourselves. Enough self-hate, enough of division. So we are putting ourselves together and we are uniting ourselves together, and we are going back to Ghana and have a stake in the rebuilding of our country. So what we are saying is, if you are living in Europe, every month you contribute £1, €1. If you live in America, you pay $1. And if you live in Canada, you pay Canadian dollar, $1. And then we will use that money to help the government. No, we won't give it to the government. We will make sure we use that money to develop the country. If we need a road, look at what is happening right now in Accra Road. People are dying. People are getting killed. Like they are slaughtering people like chickens on the street of Ghana. So that problems that we are facing as a people, Oman Ghana Bako will go and construct the road that are killing people every day. We will construct that road to stop all the killings, all the accidents that are happening on our roads. So this is what Oman Ghana Bako is saying, that we cannot allow the government to control the country, to destroy the country, like the way they have done what they could. They are doing what they could. But as a citizens, we are the government. We have the voice. So the diaspora, we have the powerful voice that we are not taking advantage of. So what we are saying, Oman Ghana Baku is saying that come join Oman Ghana Baku with us and let's work together as a people. Because you see, our race is the only race that cannot work together. Why? When you look at the Jews, they work together. Even when you look at the Chinese, they work together. When you look at this, the Hispanics, they work together. Every race work together, but Africans and Ghanaians are the only race that will not want to work together with his or her sister, brother or sister. So what Oman Ghana Baku is saying, that we have traveled across the globe and we have seen different cultures. We have learned so much stuff that white people have taught us at your job, in your schools. We have lived with these people for so many years. So what Oman Ghana Baku is saying, let's take that knowledge, copy and paste, take it to Ghana and develop Ghana so we can live in a country where everybody have opportunity to grow as a people.
Right.
So Oman Ghana Baku, what we are saying is let's work together to stop all the accidents that people are dying every day, to stop the poverty that our brothers and sisters are going through, to stop women that that always die doing labor, to stop everything that is negative that is collapsing our country. We have a voice. We will stop the Oman Ghana Baku. If you come join us, hands on deck, we will make sure the Chinese, even if they are in our country, we will make sure they are doing stricter business with us. They will not take advantage of us. It's not going to happen. Because now the Chinese are in our country, that they have even built prisons in their companies. So whenever a Ghanaian misbehaves in Ghana, a Chinese man have a right to lock up a Ghanaian in his own land. When you go to China as a black person, you have they don't see you as a human being. These people do not see blacks as humans at all. So we cannot allow them to take over our country, and we cannot embrace them as a good people because they are not. So the only people that can go back home and then educate the people, to let the people see the true colors of these people are us, as diasporans, as the Ghanaian descent who live outside Ghana, who live in UK, who live in Belgium, who live in America. We have a bigger responsibility to go back home to let our people know, hey, these Chinese people you guys are playing with, they are not jokes to be played with. These people have agenda. These people are here to loot and kill all of us and take our land. That's their motive. So this is what Oman Ghana Baku is saying, that let's mobilize, let's work together. As long as you're Ghanaian, it doesn't matter what language do you speak. All of us are Ghanaian. Our ancestors fought so hard for us to make sure that the Europeans are not taking over the land. They fought the Europeans to stop them taking over our land and to manipulating us. And look, our ancestors did so much for us. It wasn't like around that time they couldn't sell the land. They could have just told the Europeans or the England or the English that, hey, take this land. The English want some of our land because they knew the land was so fertile. It have abundance of natural resources. But our ancestors said, no, you have to go back to your country. They fought them and they drove them out. So it's our time to defend the land. But the way things are going, if we don't wake up now, the Chinese are the next exporters that are willing to take over our country. and then make sure they get rid of all of us and take over our land.
From now, that's
Because
that.
right now they are populated, they're overpopulated.
Yeah, yeah. Go on. They're overpopulated, and of course, because of that, they're looking for another place where they can settle, right? And
That's what they are doing.
and then the best place for them
It's Africa.
is Africa, where it has all the natural resources anyway, so they don't have to travel all those miles. They'll just get up in the morning and just start digging. So friends and family, you're listening to Ashan broadcast. You can actually subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Ashan TV. You can find us Ashan TV. Please, if you're listening to this, kindly share so somebody can also listen to this. Leave your comment also, and then we know every Saturday, me and Kwamna Ambuaje, we're planning to come here most Saturdays to be able to talk to you guys. Even if we have any other day, we'll be able to come and also bring in any other subjects. Where we feel like, because we feel like it's time for us to talk. It's time for us to encourage each other. It's time for us to be able to meet together, as Kwabena said, to be able to find common grounds and work together, because we can do it. That is how we used to live in the olden days before our colonizers came. We used to live in harmony. We used to love each other. We used to eat from each other's pot. We used to put food together and eat together. We used to have all of the. But since they came and since they gave us different religion and whatnot, all right, our lifestyle has actually changed. Our way of life has actually changed. Our thinking has changed. All right, so we need to get together. We need to come together and then do things together. As Kwamna is actually saying right now that right now we can only think about Omai Baku. Okay, we can only think about one Ghana. One Ghana is actually a group of people who loves Africa dearly, who thinks beyond Africa, who thinks beyond Africa and Europe and things like that. So what they've done, they've come together and they're still recruiting people from all over the place, as Kwabena is saying, to join Omai Ghana Baku. Omai Ghana Baku has a plan and a purpose to be able to take Africa to the next level, okay? Because Omai Ghana Baku is also, where they're talking about the educational system needs changing, because of course we don't have our own educational system. They're talking about okay, rebuilding Ghana, rebuilding the roads, rebuilding all those things. Our brothers and sisters in Ghana are not doing it because perhaps maybe they can't. But we overseas, we have ability to even to do more than beyond. So we don't have to rely on the government all the time for the government to be doing things for us all the time when we know that the government is not doing anything for us. All right, it's about time we need to step in. All right, and then take actions. That's what I like. The problem is there, but to take action. So Omai Baku is taking action. You can find them. You can Google them up. Omai Ghana, One Ghana, and you'll be able to join them. You'll be able to join them, and then we all join together. So Kwamena, what are some of the visions of Omai Ghana? What are some of the things that they have in mind in order to promote or to push for Africa?
Yeah, bro. What Omai Ghana Baku, our vision is to go to Ghana and then do civic education, because
so when you talk about civic education, all right. A lot of our listeners might not understand that. So if you want to just break that down a little bit by bit in terms of that education, then let's have a look. See.
Right. As a people, we know when we talk about civic education, we have responsibility as Ghanaians to know that government is not the only person that can help Ghana to change. It's the responsibility of the citizens. The citizens have a role to play to change Ghana. So civic education that we, Omai Ghana Baku, want to do is to mobilize the youth, the ones that have to be in charge of the development of Ghana. We need to mobilize them to help them to have a vision. We need to mobilize them to help them to get a job, to help them to know that as a Ghanaian, your responsibility is to make sure that if you have a land, you protect the land. Even if you have to sell the land, you sell the land to a Ghanaian. In order for us to protect, to reserve our land. So after we leave this world, our generation that will come after us will do the same thing to protect and defend our legacy. So the civic education that we want to do is to allow the people to know their responsibility, that I have to clean my neighborhood. I don't have to allow the government, or I don't have to depend on the government to clean my neighborhoods. We as a people need to mobilize and clean our neighborhoods, even our streets. And as a Ghanaian, if you have rubbish in your hand, or if you have a trash, you have to make sure you dispose that trash properly. You cannot trash where you live and at the same time expecting somebody to come to clean that place for you. So their responsibility is so much. Everything that will help human beings to develop themselves, to live as human beings, that's what Oman Ghana Baako will do. That's what the civic education comes in. Because remember, when you compare other countries, look at even Rwanda. Before they became Rwanda, they did civic education to let the people know that as a president, I cannot do this alone. You people need to help me. So now they have managed to educate themselves to know that we are one people. If you see somebody as a Ghanaian that speaks Ga, that person is your brother. That person is your sister. So the civic education will bring unity. As a Ghanaian, it doesn't matter your dialect. As long as you're born as a Ghanaian, you are my brother's keeper. You are my sister keeper. So we will work together. The civic education will reaffirm that we have to work together and go on the ground. We won't just talk. We will go on the ground and make sure it happens.
Well,
so the civic education is the first thing that needs to be done in order for us to get the ball rolling, to make sure that we have a database system that we, Oman Ghana Baako, will make sure we will create a database system. As every Ghanaian that is born will have their information saved in that database system. So we can know who is from Ghana, who is not from Ghana. We can live as Europeans is doing, we can live as Americans are doing, because so right now we don't have a database system. So let's say if you are sick and then you live in Kumasi, and let's say you went to Accra as for visit and you got sick and you go to hospital. The hospitals don't have your records whereby they can know that this person is diabetic. So this is the medicine that we're supposed to give this person. So Oman Ghana Baako will make sure we will have a system that wherever you go in Ghana, if you're sick and you go to hospital, they can know who you are, because we have a database system. Once we put your date of birth, we will give you a number. Once you get like a social security number, they will be able to know who you are. Your records, your medical history will pop up, and then we will live as a people. We will live as civilized people. This is what Oman Ghana Baako is saying.
Yeah, go on,
Go ahead, bro.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to hear that Oman Ghana has all these plans, and of course, I mean, a bit of research that I've actually researched Oman Ghana, I realized that they are consistent in their dealings, and they are very optimistic and positive in what they're doing. So if you want to join, if you can join. I shouldn't even say if. Just join, all right? Join Oman Ghana, research about Oman Ghana, know their motives, know their mindset, and help out, because they're small. It's like, how do I put it? £1 from each other every single month is nothing, all right? Nothing compared to what we can actually achieve together. Well, I mean, that education system, the civic education that you're actually talking about, is Ghana definitely needs it. Africa definitely needs it. We haven't. It's a shame that we're not even there at this particular time. All right, it's a shame, because we should have been there long time ago. We should have had all our data, every single thing there, and we should have done that long time ago. But of course, it's never too late
we can always start from somewhere else, because it's the same thing that Chinese started from somewhere else. It's the same thing that Europeans, they have to start from somewhere else. They have not just always been like that. Okay, so we shouldn't think that, okay, because they are there we can't be there. We will be there. All right. Some of us, we are hopeful that Africa would actually unite. Some of us, we are so, I don't even know. I don't even know how to tell you. It's like my heart is filled with joy knowing what is actually before Africa, the greatness that's before Africa. But we will never see those greatness coming for Africa if we don't take steps. All right. So now, join Online Ghana Bako. All right. Google them. One Ghana is just say One Ghana. All right. Google them, find more information about them, and learn about them. So, Kwamna, apart from this civic education, what are some of the agendas? What are some of the intentions of My Ghana? If you can actually bring them up as well.
Yes, sir. Right now, as an organization, anybody who want to join as a Ghanaian, you have to join. You need to go to www.onlineghana1.org to register, or you can please call me at 703-992-3817. 703-992-3817. You can, if you live outside Ghana, you can put +1 00-703-799-8123. 703-799-8123. And then you can talk to me, and then we can talk more about Online Ghana Bako. The things that what we are trying to do as a people is, when you look at our education system, we have a bigger problem in our education system. The way we teach needs to change. The way we teach our children need to change. So Online Ghana Bako are willing to help to sit down with the government. To come in, that's when as a diaspora we come in that, hey, the world is changing. We cannot use the same colonial education that have not yielded us anything. We have to change course. We have to change our education system. So Online Ghana Bako is willing to sit with the government to change our education system, so that we can be as China. We can produce things. We can build things. We can build machines. We can go to agriculture. We can be one of the best organic agriculture country in the world as Ghanaians. We have a fertile land, so we can grow agriculture, like organic agriculture,
So,
in our land. So
let me
going to do everything.
Let me ask you this before I forget. So you think that the education system that we have in Africa is not good? Is that what you're saying? Because if we are going to change we have to change our education system. That means what we have currently is not helping us, is it?
No, the education system is a flop. An education system that we have is an education system that any human being, go anywhere in the world. The only place that we are practicing education system that is shambolic is Africans. Because how can you learn from, how do you your kids are learning about somebody who came, stole your culture, stole your natural resources, stole your brothers, your bigger energetic men and the women. They took them from the land and they used them to build their country. How are you still learning history about them, while you have people that fought against them? Those people are the ones that you're supposed to learn their history. The ones that were the agitators, the ones that are the resistance, the ones that resist against the white oppression. Those are the ones that we have to taught our children that, hey, these people are the ones that stood against this, the ones that are trying to take our land. The reason why we see this land is because of these people. Nanaya Santua, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the ones that came and fought for us, they are the ones that we're supposed to teach our children their history. But we are not doing that. We are still learning about the Europeans that came and oppressed us, that came and killed us. And not just that. Our education system is not teaching us how to think as a people, how to create things for ourselves, how to create business for ourselves. Our education system is telling us to remember things so that they can use us to make. Look, it's like chew and pour. It's really useless education system that needs to go to dustbin right now. That education system just buried at the moment. But look at what our leaders are doing. Our leaders are not.
Hello, come on. Your voice.
Education system.
No, I think it's okay now because it was breaking, but I think it's fine. Yeah.
Change.
Your line is breaking, Kwabena.
Can you hear me?
I can, but of course there's a sound. There's a sound behind it, but I can hear you. Hello, Kobe. Hello. Hello, Kwabena. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's better. It's better.
Oh.
Yeah, it's better.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. Yeah, it's way better. Way better.
Okay.
Way better. Way better.
Okay.
Yeah. So, friends and family, you're listening to.
So
Yeah, go
what
on.
I was saying is,
Go on, Kobe. Go on.
so go ahead.
All right. Just to say that thank you everybody for watching Ashan broadcast. Our YouTube channel is Ashan TV. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel where we upload a lot of videos that you can actually hear because you probably haven't seen me live lately. What I've been doing is I've actually been uploading a lot of videos there. So if you want to listen to some of the videos that I put up, just subscribe to Ashan TV, which is the YouTube, and you'll be able to get more messages from me. Right. I'm shout out to everybody that's listening. Cynthia, I know you're listening. Bless you. There's a few people, Samuel, and then Koposin. Yeah, I mean, a few people I can see here watching. Continue watching. Share everything to me because what we're doing is we're actually talking about Africa and talking about how we can actually progress in Africa. But in order to progress as Africans, of course, we need to start digging out what is wrong and what is right and what is wrong. And I think it's our first day today, so that's why we begin to dig up. So every week we're going to be coming every week, perhaps, and then share with you guys a bit more time. I mean, with good information that's going on around. Right now, Kwabena is talking about Ghana because we're thinking about because Ghana is not. See, when I talk about just Ghana, what I mean is the whole entire Africa, all right? Because we are from Ghana, it's very easy for us to talk about Ghana. It does not mean we're specifically just talking about Ghana. We're talking about whole Africa. So now, in order for Africa to excel, in order to Africa to grow in development, we have to accept where we are. We understand where we are. We understand that maybe the Chinese are further up. We understand that the West is also further up. We know that. All right, and we also understand that we have a bit of issues within ourselves in terms of coming together, working together. We understand all of that. We are aware. All right, but right now we just need to rise above where we are. We just need to rise above the situation, our situation, and then look at a way forward. We shouldn't sleep. We shouldn't be lazy. We shouldn't relax. We should continuously keep on reminding ourselves in order to progress. I can't go there by myself. Kwabena can't go there by himself. But collectively, we'll be able to go there. So right now, I know there's a lot of communities or a lot of groups that has actually formed, trying to do something for Africa. I don't know any of those groups yet, but the only group I know that is actually really doing something constructive at this particular moment for Ghana is One Ghana or My Ghana Bakope. That's what Kwabena has already explained a bit of the things that they are vision.
He already said that they have a vision of changing our education system. They might not go straight forward and start changing the education system, but they can start planting schools in different kind of areas in order to start building a new generation of leaders. All right, a new generation of leaders that will lead our country, that will take the country to where we want it to go. Even when me and you we are no more, they will make us proud by leading. So we just want to pave the way. We just want to build up the foundation, and we leave it to them, and they can actually continue. So that is what One Ghana is all about. One Ghana is all about by changing the education system, which we know that it hasn't been helping us. As Kwamna was talking about, Ghana education is more like chew and pour, you know, because you know that you're going to do exams, so you have to memorize every single thing. Then you go and copy the same thing that you've memorized into the paper. That's it. And also, all education system has always been about our colonizers, you know, or the education system. So the civic education that Kwamna is talking about will actually change our ways, change our way of thinking, mold us into a perfect place. So we want everybody to join One Ghana. We want everybody to look for One Ghana and then join One Ghana. www.oneghana.com. Come now, is that not so? www.oneghana.
Yes, sir.
www.oneghana.
www.omanghana.
Omanghana Bako.
Ghana Bako #1. You have to put #1.org. When you write Oman, OMAN, Ghana, Bako is BAAKO, and then #1. You have to put #1 over there, and then .org, Oman Ghana Bako,
Well,
.org, and then that's the website.
yeah, those
And
are
then you can go register.
yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. So that is it. You know, One Ghana. So look for One Ghana, okay? I mean, because there's a lot of things that they've got in the pipeline. They also have, I think probably they also have a thinking about development in terms of infrastructure, in terms of building up some kind of overheads, and just trying to do something to support what the government is already doing. But it's just that our education system is, because I know that One Ghana has already have some kind of discussion with the government, and the government has actually really approved of them, that they will be able to start something, okay, as long as is the well-being of Africans is good. So please support. This is what we need. Every nation, as we know, is developing, okay, is developing. Every nation, as we know, is fighting for themselves. All right. So right now we have to be a bit selfish, all right, and start thinking about ourselves at this minute. But don't be deep selfish and just think about yourself only. You have to think about your generation. You have to think about when you're not around, your generation, who's gonna be taking the lead, who's gonna be doing all those things, and that's what we're actually really talking about. So come now, I think we would probably just end it up here, and then continue next week. Come now, you're on fire. You're on fire. Your zeal for Africa is just too much. It's just a fresh air to see that an African man loves Africa so much and talk about African passionately, because you don't see that often. All right. So now, let's just pretend. Let's just say that if we've made you a president right now of Ghana, for example, or for Africa, what would you like to change?
The one thing that I will do is to make sure that I bring my people together. I unite all my people. Everywhere you are in the globe, I will invite you to come, and then we all will sit down and we talk. That's where we're going to
Work on.
find our problems. That's where we will fix the problems. We will come. I will call all upon my people. If you are black, I will call the diaspora, and then we will have a discussion way forward. So as a president or as a leader, we need somebody. That's what we are lacking. We need a person that will have a voice like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did, that will speak for black people. Right now we don't have anybody like that. Right now, we don't. The only people that we have, John Magufuli, Tanzania, and Paul Kagame, Rwanda, they are focusing on their territory, which means they are just focusing on their country. But we need somebody who is a voice for the black, who is a voice for our race. Because right now our race have no voice. You see how the Europeans have voice, we don't. You see how the Chinese have a voice, we don't. Right now, our situation is so bad to a point that there's no other race that are not willing to speak their own language, especially we Africans. When you go across the globe, every race that you see that are ashamed of their language is blacks, especially Africans. All the other races, since I've been living here for a while, anytime I go outside, and then I see other race, even their interaction among themselves, they speak their language. They are so happy speaking their language. And they don't even care about the white man. If a white man is coming, they will speak their language. They don't give a damn. That's their language. But we as a people, we Ghanaians, we Africans, we're always ashamed of our language. We're always afraid. We are terrified to speak our language around our enemies, which is the Europeans, because they have brainwashed us to hate our language. It baffles me. And then you see too much we focus too much on things that are not necessary. The entertainment is too much. The dancing is too much. The music is too much. The stuff that are killing us, the stuff that we're supposed to be focusing on, that's what we are doing. And it breaks my heart. All the things that are going on in this country when blacks are dying every day on the street. A Ghanaian will go to African store Saturday this morning and go buy cow food and cook and eat, don't give a damn what is happening in the world. The only time they will understand is when it happens to their son, their daughter, or themselves. That's the only time they will know, oh my goodness, that was for you wicked. So what I'm saying is, as a people, we need to wake up now before it's too late. So please, go to www.omangana, number one, number1.org, and go register, or call me at 703-992-3817, 703-992-3817, and let's talk and let's unite and do something for ourselves, because the Chinese are taking over our land. If we don't wake up now, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. So we have enough time right now. So let's do something before it's too late. So, brother, thank you so much for having me this morning.
No, come on. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. I mean, you're always on fire, and then keep the fire burning. Keep the fire burning. I pray that the Most High will continue to rain more of the love of Africa, because it's about time we need more men like that, more women like that have deep love for Africa. Because once you see this seed that you have, all right, is how do I put it? I was talking to somebody, about something that you just said now about some of us. They just only think about themselves only. They never think beyond. I was talking to this gentleman. This gentleman has his own family. I was talking about how we should mentor the youths, how we should try and bring out the youth, because especially with UK here. We have an issue of the young brothers killing each other and fighting over silliness. All right. So I was talking about this guy and say, look, we have to start motivating the youth. He said that it's not his problem. As long as he makes money. Oh no, that's what he said. As long as he makes money, as long as he makes money, he's there with his wife, his family in that little box. He's all right. All right. But for me, it has never been like that. It has always been thinking beyond my surroundings, because we all want people. If it affects me, it affects you. If it affects you, it affects me. That's how I look at it. And I thank the Most High that you also look at it like that. I mean, next time we will come back and talk about a few more things. We'll talk about why we are as we are as a people. It's very key that we need to talk about how did we get to this point.
All right, we want to talk about it. We probably will go in details as far as digging into the Bible and trying to find out what the Bible was for. So there's so many things that we're going to be coming. So friends and family, you're listening. This is me and Kwabna Abuaje is also here. We're going to be coming Saturday. Every Saturday is to actually to educate you or to talk to you. Perhaps we thank everybody who has actually taken their time to listen to us today. Just watch out for more. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Asan TV. You'll get more videos there to watch. Kwamna, thank you very much. What will be the last thing that you really want to address at this particular moment?
The last thing that I will say is to please, brothers and sisters, let's realize that this is our opportunity. That the only opportunity that we will get is this time. During this COVID-19, let's unite as a people, and let's remember that no matter where you go, you're a black man, you're a black woman, and remember that this skin color here is a skin color that is a threat to every race in this world. That's the only truth that most of us are afraid to say. This skin color here is a big threat to all the other race that are among us in this world. They are they are scared. They are afraid of this race, this skin right here. So please, we will not sugarcoat anything. This race, this color here is under attack. So realize that you don't need anybody approval to live as a human being, as a black person in this world. Let's unite. Let's unite. Let's unite and let's unite. That's all I will say. We need to stop partying. We need to stop playing games. Too much partying, too much dancing, too much things that are leading us for distractions. We need to focus. We need to think like the way the white people think. We need to think like the way the Chinese think. The only thing these people are doing is they are building a future for their children. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be building Ghana for our generation. So when we leave, they will take over Ghana. What are we doing? We are sleeping. We are sleeping. We need to wake up. Chinese are taking over our land. We need to wake up. Some of us, we will not allow them until we are dead. We will never. We will fight until our last breath to save our land for our next generation. So everybody, wake up and let's unite. Thank you.
Thank you, Kwamna. Thank you for joining us. Family and friends, I think we're going to call it a quick. Kwamna has actually said it all. As he said that, let's unite, because, the unification is very important. I think Bob Marley said that, we need to see the unification of all. If we don't unite, we will never get anywhere. So we need to come out from our own comfort zones now. However we do things, Kwamna is saying that stop dancing, stop dancing, stop playing around, stop fooling around. That's the word. Stop fooling around. Let's stop fooling around, and let's start picking ourselves up. Let's start picking the pieces, and then throw that in for the next generation. Because if we keep dancing, we're gonna pass on the dancing to the next generation. They don't need that right now. They need to think. Their lifestyle is at stake. Their future is at stake. Their future depends on us. All right, at the minute. So if we care for ourselves too much, if we love ourselves as a people, then we will do what is right. We will sacrifice ourselves a little bit. We will discipline ourselves. Kwamna said that we're not going to sugarcoat. We're going to say it as it is. All right, even till our last breath, because it's appointed for once to die. I mean, I'd rather die for something than to die for nothing. So what do you want to die for? Because you're going to die anyway. So what do you want to die for? We have actually chosen our course. We want to talk for our people. We want to stand in the gap for our people. We love our people. We love that we are hopeful also that everything is going to be well. Kwamna, I salute. Thank you for your time. And then hopefully next week, we're going to come here and also spoil it again, and then see whether we can actually win a soul. This is soul winning. Thank you, Kobe. Hello to the family and bye. So that's it. Let me go off now. Okay. Bobby. Hey, Bo.
Yes.
My miracle